Hey, sixth grade again. This is your math lesson for Friday, April the 10th. Lessons 146 and 147 are due tomorrow. Lesson 148 is due on Monday. So let's just grade a few from lessons 146 and 147. See how you did on these. Please follow after and grade these. If you got them wrong, figure out what you did. Okay, we're not going to talk much about them, if any, about them right now, because we need to look at making circle graphs in lesson 148. But please, if you got them wrong, think about what you did. We'll try to make sure that we review some of these ideas in the coming lessons. So let's look at lesson 146, number 1, 24.6 deciliters. Remember that the deciliters DL are to the right of the center one. Okay, the DKL is the one that's to the left. Make sure you know where these are. Number 1, 24.6 deciliters equals 0.00246 kiloliters. Number 3, 26.1 decigrams, going the same way to hectograms, is going to be 0.0261 hectograms. You start at deciliters, you move over to kiloliters. Start at hectograms, start at decigrams, move to hectograms. However many spaces you move is how many you move the decimal in that direction. Number 5, make sure you have the chart. You need to know how to do this, because lesson 148, which we're talking about today, is drawing a circle graph from the information that you get from your chart. So if you don't get your chart right, you don't get your circle graph right. Know how to do this. We'll do another chart today and then make a circle graph with it. Number 5A is 70. B is 40%. C is 60%. D is 100%. E is 144%. Degrees. E is 144 degrees. F is 216 degrees. And G is 360 degrees. Look at number 11. You're supposed to decrease $54 by 18%. Decrease means you find the missing number. 54 over 100 equals what over 18? All right? Your answer is $44.28. So the missing number is the amount of decrease. You subtract the missing number from $54 to get your $44.28. Number 13 should be 5 3/4 feet. 5 feet 9 inches is how many feet? So you want that all in feet. So you have 5 feet. How much of a foot is 9 inches? 3/4. So either put 3/4 or you could have 5.75 feet. Number 15 is 80 inches. Just combine 2 yards, 8 inches into only inches. So 2 yards is 36 plus 36, or 36 times 2, which is 72, and add the 8 inches to get 80 inches. All right, let's look quickly at 147, just a few on 147, and then we'll make a circle graph. Sales tax. Sales tax is an increase of so many percent. Okay? Increase a number by so many percent. So number 1, bought a comb set for $5.25, paid 6% sales tax. So that is increase 525 by 6%. They want the sales tax and the total bill. Always have 2 distinct answers. Don't just have your work and assume that I can find your sales tax. Okay, have 2 answers. You should have tax at 32 cents and total bill $5.57. And those, I need to be able to find those if I'm grading your paper. Sales tax number 1 is 32 cents, and you add that to the $5.25 to get your $5.57. $5.57. right, let's do number 3. Area of a circle. With a radius of 1 foot, well that's tough. 3.14 times 1 times 1, 1 times 1, 1 squared is simply 1. 3.14 times 1 is 3.14 square feet. 3.14 square feet for number 3. Number 13, increase 60 by 40% is 84. Number 19, 180 cubits equals 270 feet. All right, let's make a circle graph, and this is how you do it. First of all, we need to fill in your chart. Now you will notice that this has 3 columns, all right? But that doesn't matter. We'll talk about how to figure things out as we go. So, we have in your mom's cellar, and this is a good time to have your cellar stocked full of things, right? You're not supposed to go to the grocery store much and things like that. So you have, here's how many jars are in the cellar. Here is the percent of each one and the degrees for each one. So you have 200 jars of applesauce, 120 jars of peaches, and 80 jars of pears. The 200 jars of applesauce represent 50% of the jars, and on your circle graph it will be 180 degrees, right? Then here's your peaches, and you need to find the numbers. So total, add these up. That's what's happening here. You add these up, you get 400 jars altogether. Total of percent is always what? Total of percent, this is always 100%. Put your percent sign. A circle has how many degrees out around it? A circle has 360 degrees. That's what this is all about here. Okay? Now we find the numbers. Find the numbers. So for C, you make a proportion. Pairs and pairs. So you're going to have 80. Equals, and C is across from 80, so you have equals, right? 80 over 400 is C over 100. 80 over 400 equals C over 100. So you have 400C equals 80 times 100. What's 100 times 80? Just add another, go 1 times 8, 8, add another 0, 3 zeros, 8,000. Okay? Divided by 400. Divided by 400. That gets rid of the 400, so that all you have left here is C equals, let me make sure you can see this all good enough. That should work. Hack a couple zeros off. 80 divided by 4 is what? 4 into 80 would be 20, right? So C equals 20%. Now how can we find B without running another proportion? How do you find B without running another proportion? All right? So we add 50 and 20 and subtract that from 100, right? So here would be your official equation. 100 minus 50 plus 20. That equals B. Okay, 50 plus 20, that's in parentheses, so that gets done first. So it's 100 minus 70. 100 minus 70, B equals 30. Is that right? 30%. 50 plus 30 is 80, plus 20 is 100. Okay? All right. Let's find our degrees. Do this work carefully. Do it accurately. Watch these videos again and again if you're not getting it. Okay? Let's do the same thing to find F. Let's go back here. 80 over 400 equals F over 360. Right? 80 over 400 equals F over 360. Yes. You can reduce these to get lower numbers. All right, so 80 over 400 is what? Just let it the same. Now let's reduce it. Look at this. You can do this just like this. Okay, it'll be 400F equals 80 times 360. You can also reduce this to lowest term, or even just reduce it, chop off zeros, have 8 over 40. But that is also what? 8 over 40 is 1/5, right? You can do it like that. So 80 over 400 equals 1/5, right? 8 over 40, 8 divided by 8 is 1, 40 divided by 8 is 5. Yes, so you can have this 1/5 equals 360, and that makes it quite a bit easier actually. You have 5F equals 360, which is 360 times 1, 360. If you would leave this here, then you would have to do 360 times 80. And you'd be working with a bigger number. You'll get the same answer. 5F divided by 5, 360 divided by 5. 5 into 360 is 72. F equals 72. So F is 72 degrees. Right? And to find E, you do the same thing that you did to find B. Will be total of degrees in a circle, 360 minus 180 plus 72. 180 plus 72 in parentheses, and that will equal E. All right, what is 180 plus 172? Would that be 252? So it's 360 minus 252. What is 360 minus 252? $108. E equals 108. 100 degrees. All right? Now to make this circle graph, you use the degrees first. Okay, you use the degrees. What do we know about 180 degrees? 180 degrees is what kind of an angle? 180 degrees is what they call a straight angle, right? So the 180 degrees if you make a straight line, you now have your representation of, and you should be able to see this because the applesauce is what? 50%. Right? So applesauce, don't like that color. Is represented by 50%. This is your applesauce. Applesauce. %50. And this is how you do this. Okay? So you have your center. You need to make a nice, listen to me. This is what your compasses are for. Those things with the pointy tip and you stick a pencil in, make a nice circle. And also listen to me. Aaron and Alex and whoever need to hear this, you need to make your circle bigger than the end of this chalk. Okay? Sorry for picking on you, but you're still not listening to me, with writing bigger and things like that. Guess we'll need to address this next year. Make a nice, use a good part of your, don't just, have this circle graph jammed in where I can barely read the information. So if you need to hand in a circle graph, you need to make it bigger than what you've already done it, probably. All right? Take half of the back side of your paper, half of your paper, whatever. Make a nice circle and fill it in. So you'll have applesauce, 50%. All right. Now we make a 108-degree angle. What do we know about 108? Or you can make a 72. It doesn't matter. So now, protractor. Put it on the center. So you're using one of these lines. So let's make a 108-degree angle. So use this line. Here's 90. Here's 100. Here's 110. Right? So somewhere in here is your 108-degree angle. This is your 108, an obtuse angle, more than 90. So here's your 108 degrees. And that is what? That is peaches. Sorry, I'm not supposed to write 108 in there. You're supposed to write 30%. You're supposed to write percent in here. So this is your 30%. And your peaches. Just going to write peach. Okay? Which will leave you with a 72-degree angle. If you did the others right, and you put that on there, right here, 72-degree angle, you automatically have that. 72 represents 20%. And that is your pear. And that is what those charts are all about. Okay? If you did not have a 180-degree angle, okay, you make a line to the center. Draw a radius. Draw a radius first, and then draw your 72-degree angle or whatever you have. All right? Check it out. See if it makes sense. Are the pears the least amount? Yes. So that should have the smallest piece of the pie. Peaches are a little larger than that. Applesauce is half of it. 50%. You know 50% is half. So if it doesn't take up half of it, then you are not correct. So you will have to draw one in lesson 148. Fill in your chart carefully. And then make a circle graph to go with that. All right.